afternoon, South Africa, and welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm in absolute shock looking at footage of what's going on in Johannesburg at the moment with all of the flooding. If you are affected, we are sending out all of our love and support for anyone who may have had property damaged or gotten hurt in any way. It's quite intense. So please do stay indoors and please look after yourself while the weather is so bad. Otherwise, we're going to keep you entertained. Today on the show, we are hanging out with actress, TV presenter, and businesswoman. She is one of my favorite people ever. She is absolutely beautiful. Her name is Enhle Mbali Mlotswha, and she has the difficult job of juggling her career and raising kids, as well as being a wife and an amazing mother. And she's also started her own pregnancy fashion collection. She's an incredible entrepreneur, and she's brought some of her fabulous range with her. Then we're going to be chatting to Melany Green. She's the founder of Great Expectations, which is a company that coaches women through pregnancy and then helps them integrate back into the working world. So all of the mothers out there, this one is for you. I love babies and I love shows like this. I'm basically like Elton John because I've got so many godchildren. So to all the moms, today's show is for you. Somebody else who I know is actually pretty broody is in the kitchen today as well.
I know, it's going to be a show full of and with me on the show today. I'm so broody at the moment. Cannot wait to have my own kids one day. But I get to cook in the meantime. That satisfies all the needs at the moment, right? Welcome to the show, everybody. Clem and myself are going to be making something so delicious. We're taking a nice trip all the way to the Mediterranean today. What have you got in store?
We're going to make a beautiful pasta using some artichokes and olives that we know are some of the key ingredients Mediterranean diet and cuisine. And we're going to make things a little more exciting with these amazing venomé prawns, which are currently on promotion at Willie's stores until the 20th of November. So why not incorporate that and use it in today's dish?
Take them, freeze them, take them, use them, take them, just take them. That's the whole point of this recipe. So we're going to have lots of fun in the kitchen today. I'm very excited to make something super delicious, also to explore the Mediterranean together. One of my favorite cuisines of all time. The flavors, the incorporation, the simplicity of the deliciousness of Mediterranean food is going to blow you away. So make sure you guys stay tuned with your spatulas and your pans already. This is going to taste absolutely delicious. Over to you, Jeans.
Thanks, Danila. It looks amazing. Now, today we are joined by actress, entrepreneur and mother, Enhle Mbali Mlotswha, who not only has a successful career as an actress and TV presenter, but she's also added fashion designer to the list. Now, let's be honest. Yes. You are basically my girl crush. Ever.
Stop.
I told you this when we first met, which was a few years ago, and I was so obsessed because you are South Africa's Victoria Beckham. You just do motherhood so effortlessly, and your style is just amazing.
I'm just getting big-headed as you speak.
Yeah,
Continue,
so,
please go
no,
on. Don't stop.
That head can afford to grow.
Stop,
because
no.
Okay, now I want to start from the very beginning. Okay, so you started acting and then you got your big break with Chisa. Precious, which was, I mean, that character just blew up.
And people still call me Precious till this day. That's the funny thing.
Didn't you make it your second name?
It might as well be, right? Everyone calls me Precious, and I understand why. She was such a sweet girl. She was the girl next door. She's the girl your mother loves and your boyfriend would love to have.
Yeah, it basically had the same effect of like Jennifer Aniston in Friends.
Yes.
Everybody wanted to be your best friend.
Yes, that's exactly
How did
what it
that role change your career?
It blew me up. I mean, the first character I had received was mthunzini.com. So when I had gotten a call for Chisa, I was excited, obviously, because it was my first huge character and the production value was amazing. It changed my career. It boomed me. It made me Enhle Mbali. And I'm appreciative of SABC for that. Absolutely.
No, I love SABC. I mean, I've had my longest relationship has been with SABC.
Yes.
Says a lot about the men in the world. No, I'm joking. Okay, so now TV presenting, acting. What's your favourite? Because they're two very different mediums.
Very, very. I love acting. Acting is my crutch. Acting is my psychologist. Acting, my husband's gonna kill me, is my first love. But I love it.
Well, when we get him in here,
do.
he's not allowed to say that music's his first love, because I'll throw a shoe at him.
Hallelujah! But I love acting. I love acting. Presenting happened to fall on my lap. Yeah. And I enjoy it as well. It's something. It just brings out a little more of your personality, you know? Acting is a little more character-based and you're someone else for that time. Whereas presenting, you get to be yourself and share your personality with people. Like I saw you right now. Hey.
Thank you.
Killing. Love it.
Now, I know you are really private as a person, and I know that your relationship is very private, and I completely respect that because I am too with my life. But You are married to the man. And he is like South Africa's absolute icon at the moment. How did you guys meet?
We met on the set of Chisa.
Really?
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, Enhle is married to Black Coffee, who I'm so completely obsessed with as well. Yeah, no, look, there's a lot to love.
But we met on the set of Chisa. We had sat down. He was in as himself. I actually didn't know who he was then. I think he was just starting out.
But you weren't that into him at first, as far as I can remember.
Not at all. You know, I saw this guy and he told me he was a DJ and I switched right off. You know, that flirting thing just went, nope, DJ, not going to go there.
Yeah.
But we had such an intense conversation. He was very interesting as a person and I enjoyed his personality. But that was that. Fast forward 2-3 years later, I was presenting a show for Channel O.
Yeah.
And at the MTN, Summer Awards, yes.
Yeah.
And there he came and I was like, there you are, Nutty. He came by, I interviewed him, and there was just something there. We flirted on camera and I thought, so unlike me, so unlike me.
That is so like me.
So unlike me. And we started chatting via Facebook.
Yeah.
And I just kept, you know, brushing him off. And finally I thought, you know what, stop playing. And we went on our first date.
Really?
Our first date, we went to Woolies. And we got food. We went shopping for food at Woolies.
Amazing.
We got little microwavable food.
No, because it's nice,
and
because
you
want to be private as well.
Yes,
Stunning.
and it was amazing. The conversation was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
The company was amazing. From that day, we've been inseparable.
I love that. And of course, 2 little kiddies.
2 little kiddies later.
Beautiful. It must be quite
Keep me
hectic
busy.
traveling with children, though. Because you've lived, I think, Los Angeles, New York. I mean,
Yes.
I see you guys all over the place. So you
Yes.
travel a lot.
We do.
And you travel as a family unit.
We do, we do.
That's why that's why your body's looking so rocking.
Right? Carrying those people isn't the easiest thing ever.
Exactly.
But traveling with children started off difficult for me, but now it's second nature. I think it happens. As a mother, something just kicks in and you're able to handle certain situations.
Well, you are an absolutely amazing mother, and you are my absolute style icon. We're going to be back in a little while. Excuse me. I want to know more about your fashion collection. I can't wait to have a look and see what you brought us today. We'll be right back.
We'll also be chatting to her a little bit later on the couch, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of that action. There's a lot of action also happening on our Facebook page at the moment, so go and find us, Afternoon Express. You can comment on any of the posts. Trust me, I'll find the good comments, and I'll make sure they're read out live on national television. So today we're just asking you whether you found it challenging to transition from maternity back towards your workplace. And so many of you are actually just spreading so much love for our guest today in the loft. Zanella says, ooh, lovely mommies, it's such a jungle having to go back to the workplace. Ooh, but because we are women, we're strong enough and we can multitask. Love that. Kiamo Lechang says, Mbali looks fab as always. She's doing the best job ever. She's my absolute inspiration. Letabo saying, Mbali is absolutely stunning. For a mother, she is sure a yummy mommy. Keep your comments coming through on our Facebook page, Afternoon Express. We'd love to hear from you. After the break, Clem and I get to make something Mediterranean, plus more from Enhle. A warm welcome back to Afternoon Express. I hope those stoves are nice and hot and that you got your spatulas in hand. We're about to make a really cool trip to the Mediterranean to make something so delicious you can't resist making it for dinner tonight. Also, the prawns we're using today are on special, which is really, really awesome. So, saving yourself time, saving yourself money. I won't put that rest of that in there. That's not going to work. Cool. So what are we making today?
We're going to make a beautiful Mediterranean dish, like you said, using beautiful olives and beautiful artichokes. And then we're going to be adding a bit of the sea to it by adding these beautiful Vaname prawns.
Yummy. I actually didn't know what Vaname was, so I went online to try and find out more about Vaname. And Vaname just means it's like a white-legged prawn, a white fin, a white leg prawn. There's nothing different to a normal prawn. It's just found in the Eastern Pacific Ocean as opposed to another kind of ocean. So if you're wondering what Vaname means, it just means that it's farmed somewhere else.
Beautiful. Can you pass me the olive oil, please?
Sure, I'll start here. Cool.
Awesome. So we're going to start off, as any good Mediterranean dish starts off, beautiful
Olio di olive.
So that's going to go into our pan. And the olive oil actually becomes part of the sauce of this pasta that we're making.
Sure, because there's quite a lot in there. Right.
But like I said, it's you're using a good quality olive oil, so it's good for you, and it's going to be part of that sauce. It's great.
I'm not judging you because I know all the Italians always use it. So any dish that's made that's sort of got those fresh seafood ingredients has got like an olive oil as the base. So olio, like all those different ones. Aglio olio is all made with olive oil, so it is a sauce.
Wow, you do. I'm so impressed. I'm really impressed. Okay.
Jeannie's talking babies on the couch. This is my baby, okay? It's the only thing that I know
Okay,
about.
so I've added a whole chili to that oil. I'm going to add another one, just roughly chopped.
Chop.
And
That'll
we're
add
going
the
to
bite.
season the oil.
Cool.
So not too much of the burn, just that nice aromatic flavor. And you want to slit the chili, because if you don't, it pops. And it's horrible, okay?
That
Slit
could
it
be
so it doesn't
hectic.
explode. Then you
good
can
tip.
pass these beautiful Melany prawns.
Cool. Are you
And
doing
it's so-
both packs? Just one?
I think just one,
Just one
for now.
Cool. No.
Yeah?
Just checking. You're that guy at the party who just makes enough for like one per person. I get it. No, it's fine. Just throw them in there.
And then all you're going to do is got some beautiful garlic butter in there already. Even going to add more flavor to it. So that goes in. And our beautiful prawns go in.
Yummy. And what is the trick to cooking the perfect prawn?
I like use a nice high heat. So you kind of shock the proteins. Beautiful. And what's going to happen is you're sealing the beautiful juices in there. Don't overcook it. So
You want that
cook it
crunch
on
in
one.
there still.
Yeah, you cook it on one side for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then turn it over or give it a good shake, and another minute, and it's done.
Okay, cool.
There's
So it's
enough
a quick,
heat in that
quick
prawn
process.
to cook it through. So don't worry about overcooking it, and don't overcook it.
And how would you know when they're cooked? You don't. I think it's just one of the things you've got to feel. You just got to know.
It's a lot about the feel. You can feel as soon as it's got a little bit of resistance and it's giving back when you push into it, it's done.
Okay, delicious.
So
And the nice thing
done.
about these prawns is they've been already gutted and stuff, which is great. You don't have to do all that hard work yourself.
Yeah.
You just peel back and enjoy.
And the worst part is actually when you overcook it, they tend to shrink.
Yeah.
So you literally going to end up with less prawn.
Yeah, it's going to be like
That's just sad.
a shrimp pasta.
Shrimp pasta. So some beautiful lemon goes in there. And that's just going to season it a little more. Getting that all in there. It's smelling amazing right now.
Smells so good. I wish you guys could be here just to experience the smells that we're smelling in the loft today. So yum.
Cool. So that's just going to be done in like 2 minutes. We're going to go on to the next part. So I spoke about these beautiful artichokes that we're going to be using and these olives. So this is all available from the Woolies Deli section. And it's so easy because it's great for picnics and for a quick meal like we're doing today.
Awesome.
We've been talking a lot about preparing food and how to do it really well. And the secret is in the quality of the ingredient. Get a lot of questions that say,
The
okay,
other side's open. Oh, just open that side too. Well done.
yeah.
Sorry.
Get a lot of questions on social media say, oh, make it look so easy on the show. But it really is that easy. And lately we've been showcasing the convenience of these Woolies products and how amazing. It turns any good cook into a great one at home.
Amazing. And I love these products that you're using here because these are ones you keep in your fridge anyway. You can serve as like a side dish, as a sort of antipasto, or you can add it to a pasta itself and make a dish out of it.
Like
So
we're doing today.
you don't feel like you're buying like a whole batch of ingredients you're only going to use like a small portion of and never use again. So
Giving that a good, beautiful, putting the char slightly.
Yummy, that is delicious.
You can see, you want that nice char to the outside, add so much more flavor
Could
to
you
it.
add like a little bit of white wine to this, like a sort
You
of
could.
white wine to
and then you
suit-
just like reduce, you
Yes.
get like this, you want to see flames, don't
I want to
you?
see flavor. No, I'm just thinking white wine is a really great complement to seafood generally.
It is. And what you want to do is add your white wine to it and reduce it down so you don't get those harsh,
Yes.
winey flavors in there. You want the delicate flavors on it in
Sweetness,
there.
the sweet flavors, yeah.
So I would say that is almost done, but let's focus on these guys. It's already been chopped it's in beautiful portions, so you don't want to chop it down too much. Keep
Yes.
some of that texture. So I'll say go through it one more time with a knife, which is really great.
Cool. And you just kind of generally just go at it. Okay,
Just
cool.
like that.
So don't spend too much time going through each individual one.
Yeah,
I know
that's
the
so easy.
OCD cooks out there are going like, no, how could you do that?
I know, and
They're not all exactly the same.
And artichokes are so beautiful. They're just so delicate in flavor. But the texture for me is like the biggest thing.
meatiness.
They really are very meaty. And then what you need to do is get your beautiful olives. And these have been marinated in olive oil and some garlic and some oregano already. So it's all been seasoned. And that seasoning gets added to your pasta, which
They're
is really
salty
great.
as it is already. Your carciofi, your almost forgot the English word. What are they?
Kalamata.
No, what are these?
Artichokes.
Artichokes. I've also got a nice slight saltiness to them because they've also been cured and flavored and things. So when you add that to the sweetness of the prawn, you'll get all of those mixed of flavors together.
And you've noticed I haven't added any salt just yet because you're going to want to taste it because of the fact you're adding, like you said, that saltiness of the olives to it.
Yes.
It's been brined already, so it's got that salty element. So rather
And season
it
after.
afterwards.
Taste it and season afterwards. Your pasta should be fine. Also make sure that you cook a little bit of your pasta in a little bit of salt. I think it sometimes can help get that flavor into the pasta.
So what's going to happen is these beautiful ingredients just get tossed with our, can you pronounce it? Conchile.
Conchile.
Conchile. The beautiful
conchile.
pasta, and it's nice big jar that holds all that olive oil, all the flavors in there. You see it over here. Just tossed all together, and we're going to see that in part 2. And when I make a beautiful little crispy something to go on top.
You're making me very, very excited. I wish we could finish it all up right now on Afternoon Express. So if you want to get all the details on how you can make your perfect Mediterranean prawn pasta at home for your family or friends, you got to SMS the keyword pasta to 33650. It'll cost you R1.50 and your free SMSs don't apply. So SMS the keyword pasta to 33650. Over to you, Jeans.
It smells absolutely delicious. Now we're back on the couch with yummy mummy indeed, Enhle. Now, when you were pregnant with your second child, you then decided to branch into entrepreneurship and you launched SE Pregos. How did that come about?
So, when I was pregnant, my first pregnancy, I was pretty young, I was 24. I couldn't find anything, so I'd end up wearing really raggedy, old-looking clothes. And I used to look, I always say I looked like someone's aunt instead of someone's wife, young wife. So I got a couple of stuff made for myself, and when I'd walk out, people had an interest. They'd always ask me, where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that from? And I had designed and made it for myself. So I thought, why not? SE Pregos was born that way. So with the second one, I started going into production, and while I was in New York, I launched the first range.
And what does it mean, SE Pregos? Obviously, Pregos is pregnant, but what does the SE stand for?
Oh, she's so cute.
She's so cute. She's my best friend.
So SE Pregos means simply Enhle pregnancy. And Enhle means beautiful, so simply beautiful pregnancy.
You just put the sexy back in motherhood, because, I mean, it really does. I mean, for young women and young professional women, I think it is quite terrifying, because you're going to sacrifice your body, you're going to sacrifice a lot of your career, and it's quite a terrifying thing.
Yes.
So, I mean, you obviously found a market for this quite easily.
I did, and people have received it so well, and I love the reception, and I'm thankful for the reception. Thank you, everyone. And with the new range, I hope people love it just as much.
I'm blown away by the range, and I actually want you to have a range that actually is for non-pregnant ladies as well. But does this mean you're going to become a full-time entrepreneur, or are you going to go into acting still?
Not quite yet. I love acting. The bug bit me, and it's in my blood. So I'm not letting go, but I am juggling. I'm learning how to do the juggling act, and it's working pretty well so far.
Exactly. And what does your husband think of your venture? Because, I mean, I see how he looks at you. You are the yummiest of mummies ever.
Stop it. Oh, my gosh. He loves what I do. He's very supportive of what I do. And he wants it to grow to where I want it to grow.
Have you always been this creative? Because, I mean, how involved are you? Do you actually do the drawings? Do you do the cuttings? I mean, because what I've noticed about all your clothes, they fit so well as well.
Thank you, thank you. So I'm very involved. I do the designing, then I'll take the design, sit with a pattern maker, work on the pattern and the concept, and just make sure it sits properly. I love being part of everything because it's very artsy. I mean, since I was a kid, my mom would buy me clothes and I'd cut them up. And make them into what I wanted them to be. So it's always been in the blood. I always say it's in the blood. Yeah.
But you made exactly what you're wearing now as well.
I made this as well. I had the design, took it to a designer, and they made it for me.
You are just... I'm definitely going to buy all of your clothes one day when I'm pregnant. Yes. Until then, I'm just going to keep on practicing.
I love it! Love it, love it, love it. Keep doing it, girl.
What do you want a woman to feel when she wears your clothes?
I want her to feel sensual, because pregnancy is the most sensual part of a woman's life. You created the baby in the most sensual way possible.
Yeah.
And you need to feel it, and you need to feel that way, because we tend to feel very slumpy because of our hormones, but without realizing it, we're the most beautiful when we're pregnant. So you need to feel it by dressing beautiful.
All of my friends have got children. It's why I'm like the Elton John, because I've got so many godmothers. But I wish I'd seen your collection when they were all pregnant, because having a look at your stuff, and I cannot wait for you guys at home to have a look at this range as well. It's so sexy, it's so modern, it's so forward-thinking.
Bringing sexy bags.
And it's so sad that there's nothing available for pregnant women in the shops.
There isn't. I mean, I'd go to, big chain stores and walk through everything and think, it doesn't even sit how I want it to sit. It's so slumpy and frumpy. So I've designed everything in such a way that you look sexy, but you're still comfortable. Yeah. And the fabrics breathe. They're thick, but they breathe.
Yeah, but you had really good pregnancies, I think probably because you were quite young.
Oh, the second one wasn't that great, but the first one was a breeze.
And maybe there'll be a third one, because now you've got the clothes, you may as well.
No.
Okay, I'll win.
No.
Thank you so much. You're going to be back on the couch in a little while, because you're going to actually get to see the amazing collection that we've been chatting about for the past few minutes. Can't wait.
It's going to be such a cool showcase. Can't wait for you guys to see it. And everyone's sending so much love on Facebook. I really wish, Mbali, could have a look through all these comments, but I'll read one of the two that were really, really special on our Facebook page. Let me go find the ones that I really liked. There were 3 down here that was really cool. Christy Lee says, Mbali, just love her. She's so beautiful and has an excellent career and has an awesome personality. I miss her in Seven Delan. Love her always. Hashtag Afternoon Express. And the one really cool message came from Nolita, who says, wow, I met Mbali Mtata 2 years ago, Christmas time. She had a smile that melted my heart, and all I could say was, oh, Mbali, you're so tiny, so humble and down to earth. She giggled and said, thanks, Ma. Bless her and her family, and her beautiful family. In fact, Non Jabulo says, with my first child, it was absolutely horrible. We're talking about going back to work after you've been pregnant. I had to leave my son with my mum almost 100 kilometers, imagine, kilograms, away, and had to get back to work. The first week back at work, I just didn't know whether I was coming or going. So thanks to everybody who's been sharing their thoughts with us around this topic of going back to work after a pregnancy, because after the break on the show, we're going to be discussing that very topic. What happens to mums after they want to enter back into the working world? If this is you, all that advice coming up next.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, coming to you live on SABC3. Now, having a baby is possibly one of the most beautiful, but one of the most daunting things a woman can go through. Now, it's even harder when you're a working woman and you have to learn how to transition back into that world when your baby's born. Now, we're joined by Melany Green, who is a wife, a mother of 2, businesswoman and founder of Great Expectations, which is the first company in South Africa dedicated to coaching professional women through the maternity transition. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you.
And what a beautiful business, because there's such a dire need for it, I think.
Absolutely.
Like, I think in the olden days, they used to say it takes a village to raise a child. And now women are expected to do it alone.
Yeah.
And if they're lucky, an au pair, and if they have money, a housekeeper and a nanny. So what is your story? Why did you decide to start becoming a maternity coach?
It happened by accident.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with a young woman that I was a mentor to, and she was in the UK at the time working for a law firm.
Yeah.
And she was going through this thing called maternity coaching. And at the end of a conversation, she said to me, Mel, I've been meaning to tell you about this. This is something you must do. And I thought, maternity coaching, what on earth is that? And when I started investigating it, I suddenly realized that, oh my gosh, this is something that I can do. This is something that I would absolutely love to do, because I've always had this vision of being able to give back from having never mastered, but certainly experienced the full brunt of the juggling act myself. So I went over to the UK and I met with the company there, the executive coaching consultancy that actually started this in the UK some 10, 12 years ago. Yeah. And I asked if I could affiliate. And so that's how it started, and introduced this brand new concept into South Africa. So trying to get the concept across to organizations before actually cracking any coaching opportunities was quite something.
It's such a great name, Great Expectations. But how does it work? Do I have to be pregnant already when I'm signing up?
Yeah,
how does it work?
What happens is we're contracted by the organisation. So there are commercial benefits to an organisation that helps women through what is a very significant personal and professional transition. Yeah. And the commercial benefits. Obviously, organisations are keen to have more women at the top of the organisation. And we know that the maternity leave decision to have a family usually is at a high point in her career. Yeah. And just maternity leave can be the catalyst for change, or for her to rethink and recalibrate. And that's where organisations potentially can lose their top women. And so we know that the coaching does help to get women's heads around the fact that actually this is something I can do. It's not a fork in the road. No, and I can't believe how it's not celebrated more, because in America, women don't get paid maternity leave. In Europe, they get like 9 or 10 months or up to a year paid maternity leave. Yeah. Surely that's an incentive to want to have children, and because is family not the most important thing? I mean, you've been married for 35 years.
Two children.
36 and nearly 37.
Oh, wow.
Need to be
your
corrected.
husband was really, your husband was really hands-on in raising your children while you pursued your career. How did you get away with that at that time?
I think he was very unusual because, I mean, we were a baby boomer generation. And you know, they say that behind every successful man is a good or strong woman. I think that's the expression. And I actually think that behind a successful woman is also an amazingly accommodating and encouraging man.
I absolutely agree with that.
And so I think I was just really fortunate that Mike was really, he was my cheerleader, and he's always been like that. And he's always, even though he had a career himself, he always just automatically assumed the co-parenting role. I can't say it was conscious co-parenting, it kind of happened. In the coaching with women particularly, we do coaching before, during the maternity leave and post. We try and help the woman think about how she can encourage her husband to be a conscious co-parent. It really is important that the role and responsibility of raising the child or the family is from the man and the woman's point of view.
I think that support is so vital. And I think, I mean, I don't know, I don't have any children, but I assume that if you do have better support around you, it could also help with post-baby blues.
Yes, I think the baby blues or postnatal depression is another topic altogether.
Yeah, but I mean, having that kind of support around you, whether it be from your husband or external support as well, must be so important during
it is. It's critical. You know, to step back in after a 4 or 6 month maternity leave, it's such a shock to the system. I don't think anybody feels prepared enough to enter back into a really hectic role. And the stronger the support system is, the more diverse the support system is, the better. I didn't have the benefit of having a mum and dad around, grannies around to help. So we had a wonderful nanny who played a major role in our daughters' lives. I think she was an incredible influence and a fantastic friend to me, a support in the family. My
nanny's still a part of my life. Like she basically raised my father, and she's still a part of my life. So I absolutely think that's so ridiculously important to have people. But now, how do you prepare a woman who's just had a beautiful little baby and she's home with the sweet smell of this fresh human, and now she's got to go back to work? How do you prepare a woman for that in your coaching?
Well, we have a coaching session with her about a month before she returns, and the conversations can vary quite dramatically from one woman to the next. It's very much a unique journey, whether it's a first, a second, or a third child. But it's really just thinking about the support system, starting to imagine and contemplating the return, and contemplating what is it that she wants once she returns. How does she see herself? What is her work pattern going to be? How does she perceive it might have to change, or does it really need to change at all? So it's really just helping her think that through, and to see whether is there a way that she can perhaps ease back in a sense, without it just being from this 0 to 100 and sort of 0.5 seconds.
That's true. That would help. A little graduation back into work. I love having conversations like this, because I think this is so empowering for women to know that you truly can have it all. You can be a mother, you can be a wife, you can have a kick-ass career, you can have it all. Thank you so much for chatting to us.
I love this comment so much. Really, it is so important. It's also really cool to build a community around you of people who are going to support you and encourage you through those processes. Tuning into shows like Afternoon Express does help you get the right tools and equipment to make sure that you can walk that journey with others in the process, knowing exactly what you are doing. And so also, speaking on that, thanks to everyone who's been sending through comments on our Facebook page. We're asking you, did you find it challenging transitioning from maternity back to the workplace? And some of the comments that I found were really cool. Let me just find the ones that I want to read out from. One from Nomkosi says, these mummies look really good. These pregnant mummies in the picture we posted above. They bring the best of their lives, and it's not easy being a working mom, but I believe with a strong support system at home, it is possible. It's reiterating what I just said right there. So thank you so much, Nomkosi. I absolutely agree with you. Boy Tumelo says, I'm still at work and will be going to maternity soon. I'm exhausted, but the lovely dresses from Mbali might just be what I need to cheer me up. Lovely show, guys. So Boy Tumelo will be seeing those dresses in just a bit. Mariska says, Mbali, great job. You're now making me want to fall preggies all over again just to wear some of your beautiful dresses. I just love it, lol. I just went Afternoon Express's Facebook page just to say well done on your achievement. So thanks for joining us, Mariska. So good to have you as part of the family. And thanks to all the ladies and gents that are sending through their comments on our Facebook page, telling us about the difficulties and the challenges coming from transitioning from pregnancy back into the working world. And speaking of pregnancy, after the break on Afternoon Express, we're going to be having a look at some of those incredible dresses made by Mbali. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and now we are, this is what I've been waiting for the entire day. The showcase of SE Pregos on Afternoon Express. And one thing that, we're going to have a look at your clothes now, and I want you to talk me through them, but also your price points, because I can't believe how well priced you are. You really do want every pregnant woman in South Africa to be well dressed.
Yes. My prices range from 199 to 1,005, and 1,005 for now is the highest. And I do that so it's affordable. I don't have to pay for a store because it's all online.
Okay.
So I can afford to do that.
Yeah, but you said you're only going to sell online. You refused to go on. Is it
right
because
now,
you're keeping prices low?
I love it for that reason, because the prices can then come down, because I'm not paying for rental and I'm not paying for all sides.
Also prevents you from having to make too much stock or too little stock for things. You always want to make sure
things are selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, as I'm trying to say, you don't make too little stock in a store, and then you're like, oh, flip, there's so much demand. What do I do now?
Exactly.
So online allows
now
you
the store's empty.
There we go. Manage
so
that.
it works out online.
But you can wear them if you're not pregnant as well.
I still wear them. I'm not too sure if you guys remember, but I had a launch with a high tea last year, and I wore one of the garments, and everyone was like, wait, are you pregnant again, or what's the deal? But you can just wear these things on a regular.
I'm just going to wear them in winter when I'm eating carbs.
Do it.
Yeah, when I've had too much sleep. Let's talk through our first look here. What have we got?
So this is one of the classic looks. This was from the first range, and people absolutely love it. And I just took a track jacket and I turned it into a dress, and it's the most comfortable thing ever. I still wear it till this day.
You name all your looks, don't you? Give them a specific name.
I do, but don't ask me the names now. Don't do
really?
that. No, I still have preggy brain.
Okay, but I'm interested in this look over here because a lot of ladies would have thought that pregnancy is about hiding the boob, about hiding the belly. Almost
Celebrating
it's
the
about
boob.
celebrating, which I love what you're doing here.
We celebrate every curve on the body.
Your boob you must hide.
Well, that's one thing, that's a different.
Boob you can show.
And this
that
is
is
absolutely
so cute.
adorable. It's for the mothers who don't want to be too sexy, but it's very cash and very, forgiving to the belly.
Definitely.
There's a lot of room in there for the belly.
And I love the color scheme too. It's so on trend at the moment. I've seen a lot of the sort of way the fashion's moving towards those neutrals.
I probably started the trend, sorry to say, but I did this 3 years ago, and it's still pretty popular.
Exactly.
I love it. It's so classy.
Timeless. It's timeless.
It really, really is. I can actually see you retailing it like Dash. Because I reckon, who's the next Kardashian to get pregnant?
So this comes with the pant type thing. So if you do want to take it to work on a cold day, and it's very forgiving to the belly as well, very comfortable. I'm not too sure, but if you know, but a lot of pregnant women need that space in the front when they're wearing pants. You can't wear regular pants. And I've thought of all of that as well. I love this look. It looks amazing, right?
It's so amazing.
Sell it.
It was like all those comments on Facebook with everyone saying that, you know what, I can't wait to get pregnant again just so I can wear beautiful clothes like this.
Yes, oh man, that makes me happy. And this is part of the new collection. This is something very forgiving in terms of the fabric as well. It looks amazing. I have denim now, so we have a collection of denim, and denim is the new denim.
I know, denim is so hot right now.
And I love the ruffles happening. That's coming in this summer.
But showing a little shoulder, when you're feeling heavy over here, showing shoulders.
Flash a little, flash something so you feel sexy again.
Definitely. Did you train and go to exercise throughout your pregnancy?
The second one, not so much.
Okay.
First one, Let me not lie. Not so much, not so much.
This is also
This
nice
is
and
also very
summery.
airy, summery, comfortable, still sexy, a lot of legs showing, still got the shoulders covered, but with a little skin showing there with the mesh. And I love this piece as well. I'm going to say that about every piece. I love every
No,
single
I
piece
love
in the
every
rack.
piece because you know what? You can also dress them up or down.
That's
like
the
these
thing.
can be daytime numbers, or you
And
can go for
evening.
dinner in them as well.
Just
So
put
it's really
jewelry on it, you just change your hair, and it's done.
super versatile.
Lovely. Oh, there we go.
This is the cutie.
I want to be pregnant in that dress with that headband.
This is the cutie. So this is very flowy. I love the box pleats in this. It's very forgiving to the, you know, it's airy. And yeah.
Show
there's a
some
lot of
leg as
room in
well.
there.
It's awesome. I think
Leg
it's really...
action is always awesome.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Genie's
officially-
legs, yes.
I'm
leg
officially
action.
broody, but not for the baby, just for
the
you.
The collection's looking absolutely amazing.
so
really,
much.
really it
Thank
is.
you
And I
so
love the
much.
fact that you've got these summery things that people can wear these out
Yeah.
on the streets and really feel like they're beautiful and just celebrating their bodies. which
When
is
you're
awesome.
pregnant, Eureka, we'll get you all these pieces as
After
well.
every episode of Afternoon Express, I'm pregnant. I mean,
Okay, now where's the website that people can buy them? You're selling them online. What is the website?
It's www.simplyenhle.com. Shop Simply Enhle if you want to simplify things.
Yes.
I'll say that again. www.simplyenhle.com.
Exactly, and all of that will, of course, be on afternoonexpress.co.za.
indeed. It's a must-have for some, I think, for a lot of the ladies. I don't know, do you have any summer must-haves on the show? We've been asking people what their summer must-haves are.
My summer must-have is a genie bikini.
Yes. Shameless, okay.
No, and sunscreen because it's going to be quite a vicious summer.
Let's ask the ladies
So-
first. Yeah, those are really good ideas.
Yeah.
And yours?
Summer must-haves are pink in the closet. Pink is the new pink, but orange is also the new pink. So those are the
Orange
two
is the
colours.
new black according to the US survey.
Oh, okay. Trump too. Shade.
Mine, by the way, to just divert everyone's attention away from Donald Trump, would probably be like a good pair of shorts for the guys. I think guys tend to always hide away from them because they always think
shy
like
away.
wear jeans. Anyway,
Tell the
it's
truth,
so
Danilo.
terrible.
Tell us, what do you really want this summer?
I'd love a love life. Someone to love me.
Oh, I can help you out.
Ah, there we go. Thank goodness. Junior was going to leave me hanging there for a
Got
second.
really,
you out.
really awkward.
So we wanted to know about your summer essentials. Hopefully it's not your love life. So don't forget to enter the Dettol Even Tone Summer Competition. You have until Friday, which is tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow is Friday to enter our competition. So don't miss out on that. Here's what's going on and what's up for grabs.
Not many people can say that Genie did
Mommy.
kiss them.
Even this summer with Dettol Even Tone, and you could win a fantastic summer selfie hamper, including Dettol Even Tone products, an LGX cam phone, and the Striker Pose selfie stick. Everything you need for the perfect summer selfie. To enter, simply post a picture of your must-have item for the perfect summer. The competition closes on the 11th of November. T's and C's apply and are available on afternoonexpress.co.za.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Yes, we're finally back in the kitchen. I hope you guys are getting your pots and pans ready to complete our Mediterranean prawn pasta that we're making on the show today. So basically what we've done is we've sort of fried, grilled these on the stove with a lot of olive oil with the delicious flavors of that garlic butter that comes with the prawns that you get from Woolies, which are on special at the moment. And then we've added our own little flavors to them as well. A couple
A little bit of
little
chili.
extras.
Yeah. A little bit of lemon juice or seasoning. So in go our olives and our beautiful artichokes.
Yum.
Looking good. And then I'm going to chop up some parsley, because you got to have that in there.
I had a cousin who hated artichokes. He used to say, and my aunt used to love making it. So I used to say, like, I hope these artichokes make auntie-choke. That's terrible, but that's what he used to say, and he was a Yankee, so I don't think he really knew what he meant at that point. But anyway, we love artichokes, so it's all good. And we saw the Italian families used to peel the layers of the artichokes off.
Oh, yes.
And just eat them like
and
that.
they're in season now, so definitely go and get them, play around with them. We should try and make some on the show as well to teach our viewers out there how to prepare them. So, cool. Dan,
Cool.
Can you give that a nice toss
Oh,
for
I'm gonna
me?
do, like,
And you
the
got some
whole, like-
basil, and then if you can just tear the basil. We know I don't like chopping basil
Yes.
too much. So while you're doing that, I'm going to make some garlicky breadcrumbs. So normally, you would do a sprinkle of parmesan on this. Now, there's this saying that you don't add cheese to a seafood dish.
Never in the
I don't
Italian
agree with
world.
it, but today I'm
Okay.
gonna just do what.
You're going to give in.
Yeah. So instead of the parmesan, I'm gonna make a beautiful toasted garlic crumb to go on top.
Okay, yummy. I've never seen you make that before. That's a really cool trick
Cool.
to learn.
Butter goes into the pan, and I like literally like 5 cloves of garlic. Okay.
Oh, wow.
A lot.
This is
a
one
lot.
of those dishes you do not go on a date for afterwards.
You're doing a good job.
Delicious. The
Dan, I'm also going to
fragrances,
pass you our beautiful
aromas.
pasta. And carefully, if you can just toss that with... Oh, it looks so good. It looks so
yummy.
good.
This is so Mediterranean, really, really it is.
No,
Oh, whoops.
well done, well done.
Threw
It's
the
okay.
whole thing out.
Only lost one.
Never mind.
And you're doing a good job. And then what you can do is carefully plate it down on our platter while I'm finishing up our breadcrumbs. So my butter's toasting nicely. The garlic's smelling amazing. I'm going to go in with these Woolies breadcrumbs that are already toasted. We're just going to enhance the flavor of them. Oh, Dan, that looks so good.
It looks so yummy. Honestly, when we were sitting in the south, when in sort of Sicilia, Sicily sort of areas, this is like a staple. If you look at like anyone else, you would think a traditional Italian pasta would be just a simple Napolitana or like a tomato-based pasta. This is like legit, legit Southern Italian.
And it's also working with what they have.
Yeah. Cool.
It's looking good. No,
So
you
should I
tossed
pour
it.
this
You
in
tossed
here?
it beautifully. You've done it right.
Toss it like this and then throw it in there.
Because it's kind of difficult to toss it all on the platter. Okay,
I manage.
There we go.
I'm managing. I'm a bit of a mess, but I manage. There we go.
Well done.
Oh, that looks amazing, Clem.
So I like mixing it in the bowl first, because what happens if you try to toss it in the platter,
That
it just goes
happens.
everywhere.
Like that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to remove those out of the way because that doesn't look so delicious.
Okay.
But I want to put these here. Oh, I'm going to get these
Oh, good
prawns
idea,
right
good
on
idea.
top.
You get all the prawns on the top,
Yummy.
so we know what to go for first when we're on the table.
Yeah, it's like if your platter's not big enough, the saying is always get a bigger family.
So I've got the beautiful breadcrumbs.
Yummy.
And you've done it so well, Dan. So what I'm going to do, while you tear some extra basil over the top, I'm just going to scatter this over.
Delicious. So you basically just toast up the crumbs to give them a nice crunch to them.
And then with the garlic and the olive oil and the butter, it just
yummy.
takes on all that extra flavor. And it just, that crunch goes so well with this dish.
Yummy. So just like that, you've got a Mediterranean dinner ready to go.
And I just need a basil on there.
Sure.
I think the basil just works so well, especially if you're tearing it and not chopping it, so you actually get a nice mouthful of the basil. Or just a whole leaf.
No, we'll do a lot of it. I just wanted to do this as like my
Little
garnish.
decoration. And I'm just
garnish on
covering your
top.
decoration in breadcrumbs.
Oh, well, thanks,
So it's
Clem.
really-
After all of my hard work. Well,
So
you did all the hard work for the pasta. I'm throwing it out of the dish, so I'm going to do it like that.
So
There we go.
instead of serving this in individual bowls, I think there's something quite amazing and quite like brings the family together when you're serving it in a massive platter like this, and you're all sharing the dish. It brings the family together. It's really
delicious.
great.
Honestly, this is so amazing. It's one of those dishes that you cannot just help yourself but enjoy throughout the whole season. And it's such a great dish for summer. It really, really is. Enjoy the seafood while it is in season, and particularly while these prawns are on special. So if you want to cook this for dinner, maybe over the weekend or maybe even tonight, what I need you to do is SMS the keyword pasta to 33650. It'll cost you R1.50 and your free SMSs don't apply. And if you missed any of the steps and are feeling a little bit nervous about what to do next, check this recap.
That truly does look absolutely incredible. Now, we're back with our amazing guests today, Melany and Enhle. Now, you know, I was looking at the social media questions, and so many people are, posing the question saying, how do you juggle your busy career and being a mother? And it really irritates me when I see that question, because nobody asks a man on the golf course, like, hey, John, how are you balancing fatherhood and your amazing career?
Nailed it, Hammer. You got it right.
But like, you guys must have seen some really cool positive stories come out from what you do. Both of you, such rewarding work that you do. How are we changing the perception of pregnancy in women, particularly in society? Because not too long ago, we had a conversation around pregnancy at the workplace and trying to understand, you know, more about what women go through in those sort of spaces. How are you seeing practical changes by the work that you do?
I think organisations are just taking very seriously the fact that the talent pipeline is actually quite small, and unless they embrace getting more women staying on board of their careers and trying to make a plan around the fact that actually women are going to have babies.
Yes.
And there's not too much we can change about that. That's going to happen, and it's wonderful because I believe women return to work better, better employees, better, more capable,
Why do
more
you think
to offer.
that is? Do you think, because I read a study saying that when a man is happy at home, he does better in his professional life. And I think when a woman is happy at her private life, she also gives more and gives better in her professional life.
That's very, very true. And I find that with myself as well. When I am happy at home, you see it in my career, and it flourishes. And I think that's what's happening right now.
Is it going to flourish more into the future? Going to be moving more into the entrepreneurial space?
Obviously. She's a pocket rocket.
Yo, I think it's so incredible because, I mean, last time we had that conversation was about, you know, women having to take time off for their periods during actual work hours. And I think it's so cool to see society move away from this idea of having, you know, work life and personal life, and that they mustn't intertwine. You're either a work woman or you're a home woman. Not true. It really isn't.
It's integrated. It's got to be integrated.
Exactly.
I think the idea of balance is overrated, in my opinion. I think life has to be out of balance some of
when
the
people
time.
ask me when I travel, they say, is it for business or pleasure? I go, I don't know what you're talking about. Business is my pleasure.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, tomorrow's show is all about letting that adventurous spirit out. We're joined by Ivan Zimmerman. Can't wait. And he's a well-known actor who recently cycled almost 13,000 kilometers across Asia. And, of course, we've got legendary adventurer Sibusiso Vilane in the loft as well. Can't wait. You have to watch the show tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming and for being on the show. It was an amazing show.
Thank you for having us.
South Africa, good night. Happy eating. Enjoy.
Can I do some meal? Bye-bye. Ciao.
Coming up tomorrow on Afternoon Express, we tap into our adventurous spirit with global adventurer Sibusiso Vilane. We also chat to actor and adrenaline junkie Ivan Zimmerman about his 12,000-kilometer cycling journey across Asia. Catch all the action on Afternoon Express tomorrow at 5 p.m. on SABC3.
Another feel-good production.